My mic. Oh, there it is. Hello, snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again, and we got. Why is there no thumbnail? Come on. Wait. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about the new spoilers. I mean, the set already spoiled since like last week, fully. Simply that this time they have now released the spoilers for the universes within versions of the same set. So yeah, that's basically the. So we're gonna talk about cards for the sealed meta. So, one common and one uncommon for each from each color that you're gonna have to look out for and just use in your deck because these cards are strong and yeah, you should basically you just gotta use them if you get them in your pool. I mean, rares and mythics, they're strong, but the real power comes from your choice of commons and uncommons. So let's go start off with the common from white. This is City Pigeon. Same name in Arena. It's basically the 1 mana 1/1 bird flying, and it leaves the battlefield. You create a food token. So this is a really good card. Why? Because it's a 1 mana 1/1 with flying, so it evades a lot of creatures and other stuff, and it's just and it's also cheap as well. So you can get some early damage that the opponent just cannot stop due to its flying ability. But thing is, this time is you know the but yeah, this. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. But yeah, just saying is that these is that you can also pair this with web slinging. How? Why? Well, let me explain. So this has the leaving about field trigger of creating a a food token when it leaves the battlefield. So you web sling. So you attack a city pigeon, you bounce it due to web slinging, and then you get a food token. Then you can recast the city pigeon for 1 mana, making a good supply of food and a good source of damage and a good blocker as well. So yeah, so with food you can gain life and extend the game if needed. So yeah, that's basically the city pigeon. Now let's go to the next one. The uncommon you should be looking out for. A really powerful removal called Sudden Strike, being a 2 mana instant that destroys an attacking or blocking creature. So this card is really powerful because it can kill a creature basically almost at any moment. If it attacks, you can kill it with the Sudden Strike. If it's blocking one of your creatures and you want to keep your creature alive or something similar, just Sudden Strike it. And bonus points of it if the creature has trample, because you can basically just pass through the damage either way, and just do it as a trick. So yeah, that's basically Sudden Strike. Really powerful removal, both in offense and defense. So yeah, cannot get rid of a blocker, but can, I mean, in the sense of stopping a creature from blocking, but you can get rid of a creature that's blocking. So, and if it's trample, that's basically removing a blocker. It's really powerful, and it's an uncommon, which means you may be able to get this in your pool, making it a very powerful card and inclusion for a white deck that you may be building, especially one with web slinging and other stuff. Especially since web slinging is a sorcery speed. I mean, web slinging is sorcery speed in general, except for that one card, except for the one instant, that has web slinging. The creatures, are sorcery speed. So with Sudden Strike, you can basically you can kill off an opponent's creature without, worrying about the opponent web slinging. So yeah, let's go to the blue common. This is Doc Ock's Henchman, or Obscura Alley Lurkers in the arena version. 3-mana 2/1 human villain with flash, and when it attacks, you Kniv. So, this is very I mean, you may see this and think, oh, darn, it's just a 3-mana 2/1? Garbage. No, no, no. This is actually good. You flash it in at the end of the opponent's turn, so they won't expect you to cast some, if you have nothing on turn 3. I mean, you can catch them by surprise, and, just cast that card. And it's very powerful. But, hi, Yauda? How are you? Hi again. How are you? Huh? Do I know you? No. You're just... What? Oh, hi, Wolf Gamer. How are you? Alright. Yeah. 8, huh? Good. So yeah, what I was saying is that and the best thing is because Kniving lets you draw a card and discard a card, and if you discard non-land, you put a +1/+1 counter. So the creature can keep growing from attacking, and not only that, Poppy playtime, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of horror games, and Poppy playtime just does not. It seems like looks like a Five Nights at Freddy's knockoff, from what I've seen and heard. But yeah, and with the mayhem mechanic, you can just cast, the card you discard. You discard it. Oh, cool. I have a friend. I have a friend from Iran. Yeah. I mean, as a matter of fact, he's the one who organizes all the Pokemon tournaments where I live. In the Pokemon TCG tournaments. But I don't really play the Pokemon TCG physically anymore. Just play, Pocket stuff. But alright, but yeah, with Mayhem, since it lets you discard, it lets you cast a card from graveyard if you discard it this turn, use the Doc Ock's Henchman, attack, draw, discard the Mayhem card, gets a +1 counter. Oh yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, it looks like one of those low budget horror games which don't even like somehow Roblox Doors is actually better than Bobby's Playtime. And I don't even like Roblox Doors. Like it's not even, like alright. It's no. No, thank you. Alright, let's go to the uncommon. This is Spider Bite, Web Warden. Or, for arena players, Argear, Tidal Spinner. So this is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary spider avatar hero. And when it enters, you bounce up to 1 target non-land permanent. So, this is really powerful because you can bounce both your own stuff and your opponent's stuff. So ideally, you'd be bouncing your opponent's stuff with this, being a removal attached to a creature, 3-mana 2/2 that literally gets rid of a permanent. I mean, not land, but anything just bounce and yeah, it's a strong card. It's say, and it's an uncommon as well. And plus, she can bounce herself. So if you're gonna, So if you want to do like an infinite cast loop with omniscience and stuff and constructed, this actually works. You know, your spider bite just keeps on bouncing herself, and just and yeah, yeah. So yeah, and she just just play her bounce something, delay the opponent turn, or just redo an ETB of yours if you want. So yeah, it's a really strong card. It's 3 mana for a bounce. That then you have a 2/2 creature. So you're gonna have most likely gain a board advantage of this. You can stop an attacker and have a blocker in the late game as well. Bro, my name is literally Dante. It's literally the name of the channel. Dante the Snake MT. No, not gonna say your name. Alright. Let's go to the black cards. This is the common. Risky Research, or for the arena players, Clandestine Work. A 3 mana sorcery that lets you survey 2, draw 2, and lose 2. So, this card... Oh my name is freaking... Yeah, I like Devil May Cry, but Dante is actually my real name. I'm not even joking on this. I mean, I literally started this channel way before I became a Devil May Cry fan. And it was always Dante. My name is actually Dante. It's just when I found out that the main character of Devil May Cry is called Dante, I was like, oh cool, let's play Devil May Cry. And I played Devil May Cry. I even played Bayonetta sometimes as well, and yeah. But yeah, coincidentally, my actual name is Dante, which is cool. I like that name. I mean, yeah. That's basically, so yeah, Risky Research. It's a card advantage. What the what the frick is this chat, man? All right. Same. I like Dante. Yeah. All right. So, Risky Research, really good card. It gives you card advantage, lets you surveil, it lets you, I mean, at the cost of 2 life, but it's not mad. It's not much. It's a card advantage card. Card draw in black. You don't really see that much. And not only that, King Cerberus or Garm from God of War. I'd say King Cerberus wins. I mean, Devil May Cry verse just scales higher than the God of War verse. Not saying God of War is weak, but just Devil May Cry just outscales. I'd say King Cerberus wins. So yeah. Alright. That's basically, Risky Research. Let's do some card advantage. Not only does it draw you cards, but it literally lets you surveil as well. So you can literally look at what cards you want. Throw away the cards you don't need, and so it's basically you're looking at 4 cards, technically speaking. Well, that's the common. Let's go to an uncommon that also works well with villains. So the blue common works well with villains, because it's a villain and has mayhem and stuff. This is the black uncommon. Tombstone, career criminal. Or for the arena players, I respect your opinion. Alright. Nil, Vessel of Volgavoth. This is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary human villain with when Tombstone enters, return type villain from your graveyard to your hand. And your villains cost 1 less to cast. So, So this is really cool because it literally lets you get um, get a villain back from your graveyard, and it reduces the cost of the next villains you're gonna play. So it's so for a villain tribal build, this is really powerful because it lets you get in, heavy hitters like Doc Ock and other stuff like much faster. And yeah, it's just a strong card. So yeah, that's basically, you know, Tombstone, Nail, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Tombstone's the actual card. Nail's, the arena version. Because, well, they couldn't get the rights for Spider-Man on MTG Arena. Well, that's basically the black uncommon card. Let's go to the red common that you should be using. This is Stegron, the Dinosaur Man, or Kefon Rage Incubator for the arena players. 5 mana, 5/4, legendary dinosaur villain with menace and dinosaur formula. 2 mana, discard it unto end of turn. Give one of your creatures +3/+1 and a dinosaur in addition to its other types. So, yeah. So in the early game, or in specific situations, you can use Stegron to as a pump spell. So by discarding it and or just bring it back with something like Tombstone, or trigger discard and other stuff. I mean, you have discard triggers, and in the late game, or or turn 5, for example, you can have it as a 5/4 with menace. Really good. Oh yeah. I can tell you, Godzilla in Hell is probably like the most downplayed Godzilla form I've seen. So many people think he's only like planetary or star level. Like, have they even read the comic? Like, bro freaking destroys the God Mountain. Like, he literally scales like just from Transformers cosmology alone, he should be scaling like outer verse. And you can even get him higher because of Magic the Gathering and some other verses and stuff. And I mean, Godzilla as a whole is literally gets so much downplay. Like I've seen people say that live action Godzilla isn't even moon level and gets destroyed by movie Sonic. Like he literally like MonsterVerse Godzilla has solar system attack potency. Like, I'd say he's even stronger than MCU 4. Like, he's yeah, I know Godzilla in Hell is outerverse, so maybe even boundless. Like, he's freaking powerful. I'm saying that Godzilla in Hell probably gets the most downplay out of every Godzilla. Like, freaking Azrul's how does Azrul, please explain how Godzilla in Hell is fodder. Like, seriously, if you're watching this, Azrul, bro, just please tell me why you think Godzilla in Hell is fodder. And I can tell you, he's literally the strongest Godzilla. Maybe debatable with Fortnite Godzilla, but I'd say Godzilla in Hell is probably stronger because the IDW God Mountain and the IDW cosmology probably scales higher than the Fortnite cosmology. But yeah, that's basically. But yeah, Stegron. That's a red common you should look out for, also known as Kefon. But let's go to the uncommon, and that is Hobgoblin, Mantled Marauder, or for the arena players, Kamen Farrak, Havoc Duo. A 2 mana 1/2 legendary goblin human villain with flying haste, and whenever you discard a card, Hobgoblin gets +2/+0 to end of turn. So, Hobgoblin, being like a 2-mana 1/2 flying and haste. So it's like the new it's like the uncommon sealed version, of Slick Shot Show Off. But instead of with non-creature spells getting stronger, it gets stronger by discarding cards. And you know what? This can discard itself. So you use Stagger on Hobgoblin, for example, and you can literally swing for 6 damage. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, man, that's and pair this with Tombstone, which gets you villains back and from the graveyard to hand. So you can start reusing him. Pair Hobgoblin with Mayhem cards, discarding and stuff, and you can just build up a whole deck on the Hobgoblin. It's freaking insane. So yeah, hopefully you get 1, 2 copies maybe if you're lucky in your sealed pool, and you can just make a a sealed deck based on the Hobgoblin. Ow. But last but not least, we got the green cards. This is the green common, Professional Wrestler, or Favorite Fighter for the arena players. A 4-mana 4/4 human warrior performer. When it enters, create a treasure token and reverse menace. So, what does this do? Okay, so it means when it enters, you get the treasure back, which is a really powerful mechanic. You get the mana, like a bit of the mana back. So you can skip to turn 6, for example, based on what you have. But another cool thing is that the opponent cannot double block it or triple block it, for example. So it can just attack and it's only blocked by one creature. So there has to be like a creature of the same strength or stronger than Professional Wrestler to kill it, or Death Touch. So you don't have to fear the multi-block for Professional Wrestler. You can keep on attacking. Opponent can only put up to 1 creature to block it, or it's 4 damage that goes through. So it's technically like an evasive. Okay, pair this with, if you can somehow give Professional Wrestler Menace, he's unblockable, because Reverse Menace and Menace pair up to make the creature unblockable, because if the creature can't be blocked by less than 2 creatures, but the creature can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, then it can't be blocked at all. It's basically that simple. It doubles up and helps you. So that's the common. Now let's go to the uncommon. A card for your web slingers. Wall Crawl. Or for the arena players, Rouse the Swarm. 4-mana enchantment. When it enters, create a 2/1 spider with reach, then you gain 1 life for each spider you control. And your spiders get +1/+1 and can't be blocked by defenders. So, the theme is Spider-Man can climb walls. Walls have defender. So, it bypasses defender. It's that simple. But it's good because it creates a spider, gains 2 life from the spiders you already have, and it's a Spider Lord technically. And evasion, you bypasses defender. What creatures are there? Defender. Wall of Omens in standard. But I'm talking about sealed. There's some other stuff with defender. But Wall Crawl, it's just a good add-on to your Spider-Man themed deck. If you're playing like Celestia, for example, where you have some web slingers, then yeah, this one works really cool. So yeah, let's just go. Oh my god, let's just go over to our bonuses. So we got 2 multicolored cards to explain uncommons that you could try and build around if you get them. So for Demir, we got the Prowler, Clawed Thief, or Carlos Suave Schemer for the arena players. 3-mana 2/3 legendary human rogue villain with menace. Whenever another villain you control enters, Prowler connivs. So this is already, so you pair this Prowler with Tombstone, and some other stuff that discard, like Dog Hog Sentiment and stuff. And you just start, drawing, discarding. Paradise of Mayhem, you can start casting stuff from the graveyard. And it's just so good. I mean, it's a powerful card, and it has banners as well. So they need to block with multiple creatures. So yeah, Prowler could be like like a focus, not like a commander, but like it's just a good card, and he's also a cool villain. I mean, if you play the Miles Morales game, I mean, Prowler is just really cool, really interesting, and yeah. Let's go to a Rakdos card that is also quite good. Shriek, Troublemaker. Or for the arena players, Crash, Reckless Endrider. 3-mana, 2/3, legendary mutant villain. With, at the beginning of your first main phase, you may discard a card. When you do, target creature can't block this turn. And Sonic Blast, whenever a creature opponent controls dies, Shriek deals 1 damage to that player. So, this card works great with Mayhem for a black deck and or a red deck. So, pair Shriek with Hobgoblin, and you're gonna have a free 2 Hobgoblin like almost the whole time. And a really cool thing is that it stops creatures from blocking. So stuff like Stegron could work great, and if creatures the opponent's control die, deals 1 damage. Tombstone can help you bring villains back from your graveyard to your hand. So you can discard a villain with Shriek, bring it back with Tombstone, for example, and have Tombstone out on the battlefield. So yeah, with card advantage, like risky research that draws you cards, and blue, which also has a bunch of card draw. Shriek can be a really powerful card. Pair this also with the Conniv mechanic. And you can just, Hobgoblin also works with the Conniving villain. So, yeah. Hobgoblin, if you want to try a free color, which I advise you against it, Hobgoblin could also work with friggin' Prowler, what? But I'd say Shriek is the better option. Shriek pair this with Hobgoblin, if you can manage to get both. So, yeah, anyways, congratulations. You've reached the end of the stream, the podcast. Why don't you like and subscribe, follow, share friends, stay tuned to next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday, 4:30 GMT. So stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And